Might even have 2 cash registers going. Put up some various kinds of shelving and tables and things of that sort. So let's see what all we have. Furniture, living room, shelves. I think some of the new things they've come out with might be pretty good shelves for this type of a store. I'm looking to see if they're in this section. They might be with some of the new farm items. I'm not sure. Nope, looks like they do have some of them in here. I think I want to go with a wood tone, but with something light colored. I will probably try and line some of the walls with shelves like this. And they're fairly shallow, but that's fine. Those will be good for displaying things like jars of jam and things of that sort. So these will be useful. And then I will also put some tables out to display larger items, some of the fruits and vegetables and things, maybe some cheese and stuff of that sort. Now, is there room for one more here? No, but I can go with the smaller size. There. So that goes just about all the way across there. Then start setting up some tables. Might do tables that also have some shelf space. Some of these bookcases might work, but I'm not sure if they are wide enough. Let's see. Well, yeah, that could work. Put some of these over here. Actually, I think I'm gonna do some of these where I will put them back to back, and that way they will be a little larger, and I will also have some shelf space on both sides of them. I want to leave enough walking space that people can easily walk around to find things. I think I'll move this over here so that there's more of an open walkway there. And then I think we need some larger tables for some of the large produce items. See, I'm not sure if I want this section of tables or if I want to go into the dining room tables. Probably the dining room tables, because these look like they're going to be pretty low tables. Dining room tables. Some of these Paxton tables I think would probably be good. Put that there. There should be a reasonable amount of room to walk around the table here. Try and center that a little more to make sure that I can get all the way around. I can't get through there, but it just requires walking around the pillar. So let's see if there's how much. Oh, there's plenty of room on this side, so we'll just move this over a little bit more. Now we can walk all the way around that table. Now I think I'm going to go back to the shelves that we were just using. Thinking I think that could work. I'm gonna put these here because it's always nice to have some display space right by the cash registers for those items you want people to just see and grab up at the last minute. Be like, oh yeah, that would be nice to have. I'm looking to see if I can find a narrower one to fit the little space, because this doesn't quite fit the length that I need. Oh, nope, that's a tall one. Okay, we'll go with a little bit shorter. There, that will fit right there. That looks like a good thing. And then put a few more tall shelving. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead with something like this again. Put this over on this wall. And then maybe a 50-centimeter one. It's nice to have the option of these 50-centimeter ones to fit in when you end up with a space that's not quite big enough for the others. I'll slide these over. I'm not sure why that wasn't fitting exactly together, but that's good enough. Oh, this is a door over here. Okay. I think I might keep that style of door, but I think I will change it out for something newer where it's a little bit easier to see, because that just blended right into the walls. Doors. I'm moving it over just slightly because I think I might put another shelf next to it. There. Okay. And then I haven't decided whether or not I want to keep the garage doors the way they are or change them. But I see we have a light switch here, and there are some lights in here to start with, but not very many. We really could use more lighting, and it's going to be a little bit difficult because we can't hang ceiling lamps from this area up here. As you can see, the lamps on that upper level don't light up unless somebody's up on that floor. And let's see, I think I will put some kind of tables or something along this area. See how this table works. And yeah, it probably needs something a little narrower, because if people can only reach it from one side, it needs to be somewhat narrow. Don't see that the Paxton tables come in different widths, only in different lengths. So what about these tables? Yeah, that's just about what I was wanting. That there, and yeah, I think we can have one more there. Okay, there we go. So yeah, there's enough room to get between these tables, and I think this should give them a pretty good amount of space to display things. We might add a few more small areas, but we'll start with this for now. And I think I'm gonna now go into the pantry and see. Okay, let's take out 10 pumpkins. Okay. Well, I think that will be our display case for the pumpkins. They're already crated up very nicely. I think we'll put it a little closer to the front. Still plenty of room to walk around. And what other things do we have? All kinds of things, actually. Take out 40 ears of corn. Okay, that's going to end up in a crate as well. There. And okay, let's see. For tomatoes, I'll just put on the table, I think, but let's see how they will package them. Okay, they're gonna put them in a crate too. I don't actually want them in a crate, so let me try this differently. Oh, there. This is what I was wanting, something more like this. We've got a basket of tomatoes. Then I think I can do another basket of tomatoes as well. And then I think I will do that with the potatoes and the carrots also. I want them in some smaller containers. Carrots. So what other things? Sunflower seeds. I wonder how these will be packaged up. Let me see what they... Okay, so they're selling them by the whole head. In which case, I want a smaller number. I'll put these back here. And, oh, this is, okay, these are not all the way up. And I want to sell some eggs. I think I might put the eggs right up by the cash registers. And then we need some kind of refrigeration for the milk. Let's see what we can come up with. I don't think any of the refrigerators actually open, which is too bad because I would really like to be able to display things inside the refrigerator. I think I'm going to take another quick look at the Steam library and see if I can find some kind of a refrigeration space that would work for the store. They do have some mini fridges and a chest freezer. They have refrigerators that are showing things in them, not necessarily the things that I'm wanting to display here, but they might work. Okay, sorry about that. I'm switching between screens every now and then. But now I am back here and I'm going to look at the things that I just downloaded. Now I'm curious whether any of these actually open. I don't think... Oh, does that open? It does. Okay, so can I actually put anything into it? That's the question now. Oh, and also there was another one that has, let's see, there's this glass one. It's interesting. I think I'll keep it like that. So I'm assuming if the other Fez one, yes, this one also opens. Oops, didn't intend to click on that. Okay, we'll try this again. And I just want to put this up here maybe, or might do this towards the back. Let's see, if I open that, then can I put some bottles of milk in there? Now I go back to the pantry. I have milk. Let's just take out one and see. Oh, it's too tall for that. Okay, well, let's see if we can find a taller refrigerator then. If I can find a tall refrigerator that actually opens, that would be wonderful. Let's see about this one here. Yeah, no, that does not allow opening of the refrigerator. Okay. What if I do the full-size fridge Fez? Oh, that's just a little one. But it is a little bit taller. So let's see if it opens and the shelves are farther apart, maybe? They are not farther apart. It does open and it is taller, but the shelves are still close together. And then I saw another thing here, and I'm assuming this one does not open either, but I'm gonna give it a try. Yeah, it doesn't give you the option to open it. It does look nice, it's just empty, but maybe I will leave it in here empty and just, figure that it will show what it's going to be like, but that it hasn't actually been filled yet, or that, it needs to be refilled. But I sure wish there was a way that the pantry has the milk that are in cute bottles, and I think it would be really cool to be able to show the bottled milk, but it doesn't seem that that's something that's possible at this point. Well, we will continue game. So for now, I don't seem to be able to display the milk. And then I'm probably going to end up going to the Steam Workshop to find where to get some of the food items that I would like to have at the store. I will probably need to go to the Steam Workshop for. But there are some things that I know we have in the base game now. Under accessories for kitchen, we have various jars of jam, and that's one of the things that caused me to think of doing a store where they could sell their farm products, because I think these jars of jam would work very well, and there's lots of different types, different sizes and shapes of jars, and different colors that can be within them, so they can have all kinds of jam, and not just jam, it can also be salsas and sauces and other things. I'm gonna do some of these blue filled with a pink thing. There are so many different options that I'm gonna have to think about which ones I use and which ones haven't been used yet. Okay, we'll go with this. Actually, I'll do that on a higher shelf. I need to find something to climb up and down, and I have found that stairs to go on to the platform work quite well as little stepping stools for reaching higher shelves. So I'm going to do that, climb up here, and then I can reach this shelf. I may still need something taller to get to the very top shelves, but this should work for now. Do a blue one filled with dark red. On that shelf. Okay, let's see. Let's do a couple of this variant. I love how colorful these jars are. I think they are so cute. And I love seeing a whole bunch of them displayed together like this. So now I'm gonna go with the red cover on this one. Yeah, we'll go with the dark red variant. The blue cover with pink. With a tall one with a red cover. I'm wondering, are there any colors of the jars that I have not yet done? I think I have done all of the colors. Yeah, I think I've got all of them now. Green ones end up looking green, but this is actually a brighter green. That might be like a tomatillo salsa or something, or maybe it's a kiwi jam, I don't know. I'm gonna go with a dark one again. Okay, now we'll go with one of the smaller jars, and maybe with the pink. I love imagining what types of jams and condiments are in these jars. I think after I finish the 2 rows on this shelf right here, that I will move on to putting out something else, because that's quite a lot of jam and such. I think we can come up with some other things, if not from the base game, at least from the Steam Labs. I should be able to find things. What I don't want are things that would be manufactured, like brand name things and stuff of that sort. And I don't think there's much else in the base game things that would work for that. Although possibly some bottles, if they were not specifically bottles of alcohol, but some of them could be vinegar or things of that sort maybe. And some of these spice jars could possibly sit on shelves as things to sell. Various different things they can be filled with, but overall you can't really see much of what's in them anyway. Some of these out. And then we'll put a different thing, and let's see. I think I want to change the glass on it. What is in this jar? That's interesting. I'll put some of these jars out. Most of these, you just really can't tell exactly what they are, but they're, obviously some kind of wares. And then there are some things that are not in the base game, but that I have already downloaded. I know that I have some things like apples and oranges and maybe lemons. Oh, what about these milk bottles? Do they fit into the refrigerator space that I have? Let's see. Now this, oh, I can set things in this one. Oh, nice. And these bottles fit in there very well. So now we are able to have milk in our little farm stand. After all, since we've got cows in the game now and goats, we have both cow's milk and goat milk. So we, really needed to be able to have a place to display it to sell. So this will work very well. And that also means I can put other items in the refrigerator if I come along with other things that need to be refrigerated. In fact, I know I've got some eggs in a carton, and that's one of the things that I can put there. We have some other jams as well. These are actually a little fancier than some of the others. I think I will come and put these out here. Is this so I can climb up? I'll spin this so that the label shows, because they've got a cute label on that. These seem to sink down into the shelf a little, but I guess you don't really notice when they're sitting there because that could just be the bottom of the jar. I know there was more jar that's missing, but that's okay. Here's another homemade jam. I think because this is a smaller shelf, I'll do a couple shelves of this one. And then what else do we have? I saw the spilled basket of apples, but I want apples that have not been spilled. Oh, here we've got some other jars. We've got some pesto out also. Oh, that one was also jam, red pepper, raspberry, and chili. Okay, I'm not sure that I can get high enough to put this on a shelf. I can for this shelf. Shelves are pretty full except for the top shelves, which I'm gonna have to get something taller to reach those. Oh, we've got watermelons. We can put some watermelons out. I think this table would be a good place for the watermelons to go. I think that's enough for now. And then, okay, here we go. Oh, we've got creative lettuce. I think some of that would be good to have up here. And then we can put some baskets of apples. The oranges that I saw look like they are sitting there loose, but they also have at least one of them that was peeled, so not really all that good unless, maybe they peeled it to offer samples or something, but I think it doesn't really work quite as well for the store, but keep looking. I see there's another jar of jam here that I hadn't seen. I have an idea of what I might. Let's see if I can jump up onto the table. There, now I can see that top shelf and put some things up here. So we'll go with this jar of jam here. It's a little tricky. Okay, it's another kind of jam on display. Most of these other things are okay. These oil and vinegar bottles, we could sell some sets of oil and vinegar because they are not labeled, so they could be just some that we bottled ourselves. And then here's the eggs. I will go put these into the refrigerator. I do have eggs on the counter also, but the eggs on the counter will be like if somebody just wants, a couple eggs of, just freshly laid eggs, they can do that. But if they're wanting to, stock up and get a carton of eggs or something, then they can come over here where we will have some that can be stored a little bit longer. I have been told that in Europe and some other places, people store eggs where they are not refrigerated, and they are able to do that because they do not wash the coating off of the outside of the eggs that actually helps to protect them from germs. And that here in the US, we generally refrigerate eggs because once they are washed, they no longer have that protection, and so they can get germs into them more easily and cause problems. And so I am figuring that the eggs right by the register are ones that they have not washed, and so they can sit out. And then the other eggs maybe have been washed, or at least they just are keeping them in the refrigerator, assuming that there would be customers who would think that they should be refrigerated. Let's see, this thing of pastry mix, I think we could put some pastry mix on a shelf. Maybe we make our own pastry mix here, or maybe we, contract with somebody nearby who makes pastry mix. It's not a national brand that I could tell, so I'll just assume that that's something that could be sold at a little farm store. I think I will put some cans of Coke in the refrigerator, even though that obviously would not be from the farm, but just something so that if somebody wants to have something cold to drink while they're shopping, they would have that option. Now here's milk in a carton, and it does not appear to be branded, so I'm thinking that this is something we could have our milk available in both cartons and bottles, depending on what size you want. And maybe we will use some of our grapes to make wine. So let's see if we have room on these shelves, if they're tall enough to fit the wine bottles on there. I'm not sure. Oh, looks like that would work. Okay, I'll say this one right here will be our wine section. I'm thinking this little farm store might send some of their produce out to be made into things and then bottled and stuff like that, and then contract to have some of it come back to them to be able to sell at their little store. And I'm thinking maybe we'll put some of these cookbooks on the wall. They might sell some cookbooks, especially if there are cookbooks written by some of the locals. Okay, here we've got a basket of lemons. I'll put that out. I wasn't putting some of the tropical fruits out because I think around this area, I don't think they would be having a lot of tropical fruit growing, but they could have some citrus fruit. If not from here locally, they might get some from other areas. Oh, I thought that was oranges, but oh yeah, I guess it is. It almost looks like peaches. Peaches could actually work better for what I'm doing here, but for now I'm going to put a couple of those. Oh, could actually put this rack of wine, or I put those other bottles if I think it wouldn't fit in that spot. I think I'm going to try and find a place for this. Let's see if I can fit. Oh, did it again. I clicked before I switched over, thinking, yeah, there's enough room to fit that right by the door, I think. Pull it out a little bit. There, so that they have some more wine displayed as well. And I think that is about all that I can come up with in the way of food that they might be selling here. So oh wait, we have Canadian maple syrup. I think we can put some of this out. Maybe, yeah, we'll put some of this on the shelves over here by the register. Or actually, instead of that, maybe I'll put it down here by the pastry mix. I'm thinking we'll probably put some kind of pancake mix or something over here too. Let's see, I'm gonna go get my stepping stool, bring it to this side now. Try and do another shelf of maple syrup up here. Actually, maybe I'll go ahead and leave them facing that way. Yeah, I do have one more. Put a few more jars of these. I really need to get some better lights up in here. A lot more light. Put some on the other side as well, because you do not want a store to be dark and dingy. That will not be helpful as people are trying to find the things that they want to buy. Now that's almost a little too bright, I think. Maybe I will take this one, turn it sideways. Can do for this whole space here. Yeah, maybe take this one and move it for a little bit more as well, so it helps light up this space a little more and also keeps from being too bright in one spot. I think this is really starting to have the look of a little store. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. We've still got a lot more to find to fill these shelves and everything. And then, like I said, I think I will use the upstairs area to be a sort of a little office space and storage room related to the store. Okay, now back to this, to accessories, kitchen. We'll go through this last bit, see if there's anything else that would work here. I think we are getting about to the end of the things that would be useful, but I just want to check and make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh, here, okay, dish. Oh no, I did get the oranges. Okay, so yeah, I think that's about it for now. As far as the foods that I've got already downloaded, I do think maybe I will put up something different on the walls. I still want to stick with wood, preferably something that does look like barn wood, but maybe is a little bit lighter than what is there currently. Might go with like these tundra panels. I think those probably could work for what I'm thinking, because I want it to look like it was just the barn, but at the same time change things just a little bit. Turned around there as it was lagging a little bit. Wait, these tiles are going fast. Now, I will still need to do the upper parts, but this will be good for now.
Okay.
Hi.
We made it partway here, dogs. Hi. Hey! So I managed to make it to Gommel's house fine,
Okay.
right? I got there halfway and I was like, okay, I'm not entirely sure what relax. What streets. So I pulled off to the side and pulled up Google Maps.
Right.
I ever placed it in my phone.
Yeah.
Enough! And then I was like, okay, I know how to get out of here. I'll just come the same way I did.
Right. Didn't work, huh?
Nope. I went the wrong way.
So how lost did you get before you figured out how to get home? I mean, it did seem like you were taking longer to get here than I expected.
Once I made a wrong turn,
Uh-huh.
I said, hey Google, pull map to home.
Oh.
So it
So you
pulled
found
it
your
up.
way. Oh, okay.
And then of course, where I had, at the stop sign I was at,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know what street I was on. And it said to go straight. I was like, there is no option to go straight. It's either left or right. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. There's a car coming in the other lane. I'm going right.
Okay.
And it was surprisingly the right way.
Okay. That sounds interesting. That is part of how you will learn to get around.
I just kind of found that funny.
Do you see what I'm making here? What? You see what I'm making out of this barn?
Market.
Yep.
Good market.
I thought that was kind of a fun thing to do with it. The rest of it is testing, huh? Yeah.
And I don't have school
And then-
Friday, and I'm officially out.
Right. That's really exciting.
Sure.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Okay, let's see. I've got go down and get some more panels. Starting off by doing some of the things that'll cover big sections because it feels like I'm getting more done that way. And then I'll go back and do these little panels that I have to do one at a time. Do some of these now. And then go get another thing of panels. I think once I finish getting this upper level paneled. I'll probably stop streaming for the moment so that then I can go spend some time looking through the Steam Workshop and finding some items that I can use to fill the rest of the cases here at the store. As I definitely still need a little bit more. I mean, it feels like there's lots here for them to sell, but I don't want to have all the empty spaces. So I've already got all the panels that I had down here. Now I can just... At least these go fairly quickly when I'm doing the one panel at a time like this. They don't take too long to put them up. Not like when you're first playing the game without the perks. It goes really slowly. I've got all my perks maxed out except for the new farm DLC. There are a few things that I don't have maxed yet, but I've got most of the stuff maxed out. And I have made some progress on some of the farm DLC perks, but I don't have them totally maxed out yet. I think that's partly because I would have to do more farming to get that. Can't quite stay up long enough. What if I jump and go forward, can I get onto the railing? Not that way, but what about from this side? Because I know I have gotten on stair railing before at times. There, I think I did it. Am I high enough? No, I'm not high enough to get up. No, I'm just on the stairs right now. I'm gonna have to get something. Actually, I know what I will do. Go to this. I can use my grappling hook to get up there. There. I forget the grappling hook sometimes, and it can really be helpful. It looks like I'm gonna need to use the grappling hook on this side too. I love how it lets me let go with the grappling hook so that I can put the paneling up and I still keep floating up here, at least for the moment. I think it let me get down onto this windowsill here. Let's go ahead and panel around there while I'm gonna need some more to get all the way across. Am I on top of the bookcase there? Maybe I was on top of the bookcase. I would not try acrobatics like that in real life, but it seemed to work just fine in the game. I love the beams on the ceiling in the barns. So I really don't want to completely change this from looking like a barn. And I think this wood still looks somewhat weathered. It's just, I don't know, I just like things to be not quite so dark. There we go. I think that's all of the walls and ceiling. And I'm gonna have to think about what all I want up here as their office storage room, but that is something to figure out another time. I think right now I'm happy with the doors the way they are, even though, you know, I thought of replacing them, but I actually kind of like the look of them, and I think I could totally imagine for a little farm store having doors that just open wide like this when you're open, and then you just close it up and you can lock up easily. I'm really happy with this. We've got shelves all around. We've got the counter with the cash registers. We have crates of produce, tables, and even a refrigerator back there. So I think it's looking like a real nice little store, but I think I'm going to go ahead and end here. Have a good afternoon. It was really nice to have you spend time with me. Thank you. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.